Hey guys, Luke here and welcome back to episode 20 of my Rugby League Live 3 Win 1 Take 1 series. Now in this episode you're going to be taking on some international sides. Well, this episode is going to be taking on England, next episode will be New Zealand, and then Australia will be the final team that we take on. Now I'm not going to be taking on any of the other sort of minnow sides. I mean, you could go and take on the Papua New Guineas and Islands and France and all that sort of stuff, but I just can't be bothered. And the whole goal is to try and get the top players. And I mean, England's a stretch even, getting some players. I mean, apart from James Graham, who we've already got in our side, and I mean, they don't have Sam Burgess anymore. I mean, I suppose George and Tom Burgess, could throw in there, and then Gareth Widdop. Apart from that, there's no real big, top players that we could get. And plus, even Gareth Widdop, we've already got, some of the best players, the best halves, and some really good players aren't getting runs already for our side. So, I mean, it's not as if we're we're dying out for any of these players from England. Although we are going to try and put up a score, and just for entertainment purposes, we are looking to try and score as many points and get as many players as possible. But in terms of actually using those players, I'm not really sure how much we'll need them or whatever. But we started off the game really strong. It's going to get even stronger. Darius Boyd, and just like the last episode, we are going for specialty sides, I suppose is the right term. I'm not playing Thurston and Foran and stuff. They're really good players. I'm going, alright, well, Milford and those sort of players are perfectly suited for Nines games. And you see here Milford has had a great game so far. I think Farah's pretty good for the hooker, but James Roberts that doesn't play normally for us, and he's in this side. Josh Hoffman, see there, both Roberts and Hoffman linking up. Dugan in the side. He's actually, I don't know what to think about Dugan. He's 90-something rated, but he kind of feels awkward, or there's something weird about him. But he's going to come up with a really nice play there. Gets the ball to Milford, gets it to Hoffman. Probably should have just continued with the ball with Milford, but sort of just by instinct, I went for the next pass. And I mean, it worked out all right at the end as Hoffman just cut back on the inside. And Valentine Holmes is another example of players who we don't usually play. We haven't played Valentine Holmes for a long time, but the Nines, he's straight in on that wing. He's very effective. For some reason, he just feels like an awesome player to play with on this game in terms of at least the Nines. Josh Hoffman is the same. So he goes on the outside, but Tompkins comes across with a pretty big tackle there. But 23-0 up, we're just cruising. Got a lot of players, and we're hitting the other edge with Red Raja. He's going to take it around Tompkins, and Red Raja goes in. But he's not actually going to score the try as he gets held up. He's going in for the bonus points, try and get the extra player. Obviously, we screwed that one up. And, yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but it's not really going to change too much. Right there, they ruled out a forward pass. Was that a forward pass in your opinion? I thought he sort of just handed it backwards to him. But Ryan Hall's actually going to score for... Oh, sorry, it's Sam Tompkins, I should say. Is going to score for England. A bit of consolation, and they didn't kick the goal, so I didn't bother showing it. But they actually had a few little attacks in the game, but, I mean, nothing too drastic. It's just pretty much all one way. So they only scored that one try, and we scored 4 tries. Holmes kicking 3 out of 4, so pretty good there. Milford picked up man of the match, and he does that very often in these Nines games. So like I said, he's ideal for the Auckland Nines. Perfect for it, really. He's small. He can just get around everybody, and we don't have to worry about playing too much defense. As long as we keep scoring, we don't have to worry about defending, really. But that one play we do pick up, it's actually a pretty good one. Gareth Widdop, I was pretty happy with that. He won't be coming into this side, but I mean, I think he'd be a good player we could throw into a Nines sort of side as well. So yeah, we definitely have an option to use him at some point, just not in these games. Maybe against New Zealand in the Nines and Australia in the Nines. I think that'd be quite good. But moving on to the 13-a-side game, obviously we've got a pretty different side, and I think England will have a little bit of a different side. Different players will be starting and that sort of stuff, but mostly the same players. I believe they've got a few sets of brothers. They've got the Burgess. I think the Tompkins guy, I think that is Sam Tompkins' brother, Joel Tompkins. I'm pretty sure about that. Sorry, England fans and all that, who you're gonna know all these players, and I'm just here butchering players, going, oh, he's good, he's not. I'm not even gonna bother getting into who's actually good and who's not, because obviously I'm probably going to be wrong and that sort of stuff. Anyways, Tuivasa-Sheck gets us off to a great start there on the wing. I'm assuming there's probably going to be quite a few people thinking, oh, just play him at fullback. But obviously we've got Inglis, and we had a few other players. We had Milford, who we wanted to try. We've got Dugan playing in the centres. There's so many other players, and Tuivasa-Sheck is versatile enough that we can put him on the wing and it not be a problem. And it's nice because he can cut back inside, do this many times. And I think that's actually one of the better positions for him. I mean, kick returns are good and all that, but I think he will actually get more opportunities down that left-hand edge, cutting back inside and that sort of stuff. And he's got the great footwork. Now James Graham up against England himself there. picked up a loose ball. Unfortunately, I think it was Tuivasa-Sheck couldn't do it that time, and Ryan Hall, this is where Ryan Hall actually scores. I thought it was in the last game, but yeah, Ryan Hall scored off a drop ball. It was a really shitty offload, and when it's raining you can't do that. You might have noticed playing at the SCG as well, so I thought I'd mention that. But yeah, James Graham picked up that loose ball and got thrown over the sideline really easily. But there's actually going to be a few little things of like, this is James Grahamception, I suppose. Like Graham up against Graham. Like, I don't even know if that made sense, but probably not the right term of like deception part, because I know it's not the right term, but I thought I'd just use it. I just went with it anyways and hoped it would work out. But Thurston, 2 from 2, 12-6. I think the scoreline doesn't really reflect the game. I think it's been all one way, really. You can see the amount of line breaks we're making. Tuivasa-Sheck around Tompkins the first time. Couldn't beat him, but it does carry on to the other side. See, Corey Park with a little fake to the inside pass, but I didn't really work out. Then Tuivasa-Sheck nearly gets in there. I nearly went over the sideline as well, but he didn't, and that gave the opportunity to Robbie Farah to just dive out of dummy half there, and didn't really go in with the expectations of doing that. But once we sort of went, and I was expecting to get tackled, to be honest with you, but yeah, they all just kept sliding and just pretty much walked into the in goal, and there you go. So 16-6 it was, and then I first missed the goal, but turned out alright with us with getting an offside penalty. There was a bit of a line break where the players were sort of getting onside and we passed straight into him, but this was really annoying. When that happened, it was like, come on, man, like, what's the go of that? Thurston never does that. So I was pretty annoyed when we couldn't find it into touch, but it was even worse when we conceded that try as well. So it wasn't going all to plan for us, but it was going pretty well. And I should mention, I didn't show it. I don't know why I didn't show it, but Widdop has kicked both the goals, so good work there for Gareth Gaza Widdop, who we actually got in the not in the 20s, we got in the Nines game, which you saw before. So he's in our squad as well. So he's having a good performance for England, and it's always nice to see people you've got like in your squad coming up and playing a good game. We see Will Chambers, who we've brought in on the centre position, gets a Radradra, and Radradra has enough pace to sort of get over and score. Would have been nice if we could have taken around a little bit further, but we didn't want to risk it. I mean, we saw last episode with maybe it was even Radradra just then in the last, the last game I should say. I think pretty sure it was him who got held up, so didn't want to have a repeat of that. And then once again, just using the hands here. I'm not sure if that was Dugan or whoever it was who had the last pass. Maybe it was Inglis, but we get it to Radradra, and Radradra will score his second try. So good work there by Semi Radradra, and I really need to keep count of how many tries he scored. I mention that every single episode because he's always scoring so much, and I'm that far in advance, so apologies if you have been putting it in the comments going, look, he scored 20 tries for you, for God's sakes, like, keep up with it. It's just I haven't seen it, so apologies for that. Kevin Proctor here, I thought I'd go for a bit of a smart ass move there and go for the dummy, and Tompkins didn't have any of it, but we did have enough sort of momentum and that to give away a penalty. And then James Graham wins a penalty there as well for the same sort of reason, being held on too long, and Josh Hodgson, the Raiders hooker, and also the England hooker, he got sin bin. I'm assuming Darragh Clark would have came on for them, but they would have had to shift around lots of things. But funnily enough, like when the sin bin happened, like nothing really went our way, and as you can see here, there's been 2 line breaks since then. Both times we're going to run them down pretty easily, I have to say. I'm not sure who the people running away were, but Inglis had them covered by heaps. But yeah, it was a bit strange. One of the first times we haven't really taken advantage of the sin bin, so I wasn't too happy about that, but I was happy in the win. And we do get a bonus player, so there will be 4 players, and I'm not, like, it doesn't really matter who we actually get, but, I mean, if we can get someone good, that'd be okay, but I don't really think there's going to be anyone coming in. Now, Callum Watkins is someone who I believe is actually a pretty good player, from what I've heard, and I know on Rugby Live too, he was a gun player, but not going to find a spot on our side. Tom Burgess, I mean, he's a good player. He's 85 rated on this, but I mean, we're stacked in props. Like, we got prop after prop. We got like all the top props in the games pretty much. And then Joel Tompkins, someone who I think is about 70 something rated, so I have no intentions of using him, and I'm not even going to bother putting him in the side. And from what I've heard, he's not really that good of a player. And Michael Shenton, who plays centre, I think he's 80 rated. Another reason, like, another player, I should say, who I've got no intentions of using, won't put in the squad. 80 rated is not high enough. I mean, I've been cutting players who are 80 rated or under, so they won't be coming in. Anyways, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you can leave a like, be very much appreciated. If you can subscribe to my channel, also very much appreciated. And make sure you leave a like and share with your friends is very important. And leave comments. I'll definitely read them and we'll reply back. And follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luke on YT. Like me on Facebook. It's in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.